Hey guys, this is Pug Weasel doing another beer review. The second beer review of the day, as a matter of fact, and this one is on Myrcenary IPA. It is a Odell product, Odell Brewing, and it is a double IPA, which I am starting to get used to and liking. Okay, so let me show you the bottle. So if you're looking for it out there, I am really happy with this IPA. I have spent a lot of time, you know, the IPA I like to buy is Inversion. Won't stop buying it because, quite frankly, it's much cheaper than this. This being a double, it's in it's one of those 4-pack deals, and so it's really actually reasonably priced. I think it was $7.99 for the 4-pack, and Odell's, if you get their other products that are in 6-packs, they cost $7.99. Or about, at least around here in Kansas. And so you're getting 2 less beers, but I mean, if you watch the other review I did today on a beer, you know that it cost $12 for a 4-pack. And so this is a reasonably priced double IPA. I just want to say that. Let me pour for you. I'm not good at this pouring thing and knowing exactly how to pour it. I know some people are like, just pour it right on upside down. I don't like to do that, so I can't really comment really well on head and how whether it's an inch or half an inch. This has a small bubble foam head. It is holding at a little less than half an inch, and again, that's because of how I poured it. I don't see the point of pouring, you know, to try to get a certain kind of head. I want more beer than head anyway, right? It's got a dark yellowish color. Let me zoom in one more time so you can see that. Okay, it's a very nice golden color. I like it. I don't like the yellow beers, and I don't think it's all that appealing in the way of color when it's just yellow. This has got a nice color to it, and so I was just saying in the last beer video I did, which was earlier today, that I can't smell anything today for some reason. I don't have a cold. I don't know if it's allergies to dust or something. Oh, but I can smell the hops in this, which obviously, if I'm smelling it lightly, that means it's probably got a strong hop flavor, because I didn't smell anything in the last beer that I was testing, and I know it has some wonderful aromas. So I'm smelling the hops. I'm not getting anything else, and that doesn't mean that there's not something else there to smell in the way of a great aroma. I was able to taste my beer, and I felt like I tasted it just fine, so we will see what we get from this, but I won't bother trying to tell you what I think it might smell like based on anything else. Let's get to the stats, though. Myrcenary, again, double IPA, got a 96, which is world class apparently on Beer Advocate. I don't disagree in the context of it being an IPA. It's one of the best IPAs I've tasted. It's 9.3% alcohol by volume. I tell you what, it's been my experience here in the last month or so that once you move to the doubles and the higher alcohol content beers, you don't really want to move back. It's not just because they have this high alcohol content. They tend to have a different set of flavors, and I don't know if that has to do with the alcohol content or how they're making the beer. I'm not that experienced, but I'm really liking what I'm tasting in 4-pack beers, which tend to have the higher alcohol contents and tend to be their special editions of the different breweries. So be careful if you decide to go trying some of these. You may find that you become a beer snob and don't want to go back to your regular beers that you usually drink. Let's try it out. I've had this before. This is my first time trying it, by the way, and so I know some of the flavors that I have tasted. Okay, so this beer is starting out typical IPA. You're trying it, you're tasting the hops. It's got that piney taste up front. As it lingers in your mouth, I'm tasting just the slightest hint of pear, which it took me a while to figure that out, but it's the slightest hint of pear, which makes it really, really interesting in comparison to other IPAs. Now, I was reading some reviews on Beer Advocate, and people were saying pineapple, and I'm not getting this pineapple. I'm getting the taste of pear, which I think makes it more interesting than pineapple. I think when I think pineapple, I think very, very sweet. So I don't know where they're getting the pineapple from, but I think anytime you have an IPA and you taste anything outside of the piney flavor and or with say a grapefruit or citrus flavor on the back end, you're getting a very interesting IPA. And this is an interesting IPA. It's a very good IPA because again, most of the time when you taste an IPA, you're getting piney resin flavor up front, you're getting grapefruit in the middle, and then you're getting that bitter on the end. This, you're getting the piney flavor up front, you're getting some taste of pear in the middle, and then the bitters at the end really aren't that harsh. And so you can kind of taste the bitter as it goes right down your throat. You're tasting it in the back of your mouth, but not as strong as, say, I've been drinking the last week a beer called Hop Wrangler, which I drank up because I like it so much and didn't save one for reviewing, but I will get some more and review it. This is a great, great beer. I agree with it being a 96, but I think that it is, and it's a good price in comparison to your special edition type 4-pack beers. This is a really good price. You ought to go out and try it if you're into the IPAs. It's not overwhelming or super strong like you have with like a double wide, where it seems stronger than the single wide in Boulevard. This tastes like an average IPA, even with a higher alcohol content, except right there in the middle you're getting that fruit flavor that, again, a lot of people are saying they're tasting pineapple. I'm tasting pear, and maybe it's just because I'm just not as trained my taste buds aren't as trained as other people, but I think it's a great beer and you ought to try it. Okay? This is Pug Weasel.